Alright, well, for some reason, people have been asking me to post a YouTube on how to cut Toddler's hair, because I cut my toddler's hair. And I'm not a professional, and I actually have no idea what I'm doing, but this is how I do it in my messed up way. And if you want to do it like this, good luck, and don't come to me if it doesn't work out. Okay, so here we go. I cut his hair while it's dry, just my own preference. And right now, he's a little bit shaggy, as you can see, but it's not very bad. If it's really overgrown, sometimes I kind of do it in stages. And my secret to keeping him still is the Kindle Fire. So that's why he's looking down. Makes it a little more complicated, but at least he's not wiggling. So, okay, when you're playing, you need to look up for me, okay? Okay, so what I do is I decide about how much hair I want to take off all the way around. And I'm going to do, oh, I don't know, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, I guess, today. So, what I do then, his hair needs to be washed, is I just take little sections going back and I pull them straight up with the comb. And then I take my scissors and I cut that same amount off, going all the way back. Of course he's moving now, but that's just one of the challenges that makes it fun. Okay, so now my next section. Are you combing? Here, let mommy comb.
No, I'm doing a bit.
So I just do this all the way back, taking little sections, pulling them straight up, and taking off the appropriate amount. Tripod, yeah, the camera's on a tripod.
Don't pick your nose.
Oh, no fingers up the nose, please. Thank you. And actually, I usually do this when his hair needs to be washed, because with all the little hairs it gets all over him and stuff, it irritates him. So it's better if it's a hair washing night when I do this. Go, and now I'm kind of at the crown of his head. I'm going to go back just a little bit more. Can you look down just a little bit? Look at your game for me.
Don't pick your nose.
And sometimes I have to re-grab the hair because he's looking away at the game, but that's okay. I always try to give myself a lot of time so that we're not in a big rush doing this. Okay, so then I just went down approximately the center of his head, and so now I'm going to go down. Oh.
It's okay.
There was hair on the Kindle Fire, so. Okay, so now I'm going to go down each side of his head and do the same thing that I just did down the middle. And you do have to be really careful making sure the toddler does not, grab the scissors. And I try not to get it very close to him because, he wiggles. So I try and always keep my hand in between the scissors and him so that if anyone's going to get cut, it's going to be me and not him. It's okay, it's just a little bit of hair. We can just wipe it right off. Okay.
Blow, don't spit.
Alright, so I'm reaching the crown of his head again. This is where it gets a little tricky in the chair. Sometimes I do turn him around. But I'm going to see how far I can go without having to do that right now. And just doing the same thing, pulling it straight up or straight out. And taking off however much you decide you want to take off. Some days I decide I don't want to take much off, and then I decide it doesn't look good, so I go back and I have to redo his whole head, taking even more off. What are you doing here? Alright, so I turn around so you can see the back of the head. I'm just going to come around both sides doing the same thing that I was doing. Kind of meet in the middle here. Oh, it's okay. He doesn't like the way the hair tickles him. And he doesn't like to wear the gray thing either, so. Oops. Here, sit back around for me, okay? There. You want to see the back of your head. So I'm just going around, pulling the hair straight out. Cutting. Now I'm going to go around the other side. It's okay, honey. It's just the comb. Here, sit around this way for me. There. Or you can sit like that. That works. Okay. I'm gonna go along this side now. Doing the same thing. Right around where I stopped. Right about here. Can you sit still for me, sweetie? Alright, I think I've come to the middle there. So now, what I do is I go around and I clean up the edges. I clean up his bangs, then I clean up around his ears, and then finally I go and get it as short as I want it along the back of the neck. But I'll do it in reverse, I guess, since he's already facing this way. I don't want to move him too much. This is where it gets tricky. It's very, very hard to get him to sit still. Okay, that was good. Mommy's almost done back here, okay? Mommy's almost done. Okay, let's try and stay really still, okay?
No.
Mommy's almost done. We don't want a mullet. Here, look at your game. Can you look at your game?
Are you coloring a koala?
Here, color that koala. I'm just going going to try and trim all this long stuff from around his ear. And just go really slow and carefully and use my fingers as much as possible.
Great job.
Great job! Well, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of following the line around his ear. The most important thing for me about this part is not really perfection, but just not cutting the toddler. Alright,
No.
let's do this side. Can you play one more game?
No.
Can you play one more game? Play one more game, okay? This ear will be able to see it. Okay.
Come here.
Combing your hair?
No.
Good job. No. You play your fish? How about can you breed more fish, or are you going to color another coloring sheet? Alright, so I just kind of follow along his ear, and anything that's going to go up and over his ear like that, I just grab it and trim it away. Like that. Until everything's kind of behind his ear, nothing's really flopping out in front of it. See one little stray hair here. Okay. There we go. Make sure I got along his neck. Nice and even. And sometimes it's a couple day process where I have to go back and do it a couple times if he's not sitting still. I'm going to scoot you forward for the last thing. We're almost done. And then for the final thing, where did he put my comb? Oh, there it is. Here, sit forward for me for just a minute. We're almost done. Here, just sit here for just a minute. Just 1 second. We're going to have to cut all this out. Okay. Look up for me. All right. Daddy, can you hold this up for him? Here, you can play with it. Color while Daddy holds it up like this, okay? Okay, so for the final thing, I'm going to trim along his bangs where I want them, and I like for him to have little sideburn kind of things in front of his ears, so I'm going to trim those.
Go.
All right. My head's in the way. I'm just taking a teeny bit off. Oh, I know, sweetie.
It's okay.
A neck clip. Mommy, get one neck. Look at one neck.
I got your neck already. Okay, and then I'm going to do the sideburns. I just kind of go down in a downward motion while I'm holding it. And so he just has a little bit in front of his ear there. There we go. Now this other side.
The other side.
I'm going to do his little sideburn here. There we go. Sure, this ear needs a little more trimming. There we go.
Look.
Now,
It's a very pretty koala. Good job.
comb his hair the way I like it. I'm just kind of combed off to the side like this. And then you can look for any other places that need trimming up. Maybe a little more around his ear. Alright.
Look pretty.
And so since he's losing patience, we'll call it done, at least for now.
Look.
Here, look into the camera and smile. So that's it. That's what I do. Good luck.
Say bye-bye.